Hello there. It's been a long time since you've heard anything from me. I admit I have not had much to report or videotape or broadcast or anything on my channel, but a lot has changed now. As you're going to see here, the Ulitic branch that you've always known me to have is no longer here. It is gone. I did as much as I could with it, both model-wise and operationally. And so I decided it was time for a change, and we've made quite a big change. My son's layout, which is also posted on this channel, is gone as well. And now we are modeling downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the beer line. I'm modeling from Humboldt Yard all the way to Genoa Avenue. We're modeling in the mid-60s, so I'm staying with my favorite era of railroading. And so that is the big change. Currently, the layout is now up and running. All track is laid and wired. The layout has been debugged and fine-tuned. I am still running a Digitrack system, the Super Chief. The layout is built on 1/4-inch plywood framed by 1x4s with 2-inch styrofoam glued on top, attached to shelf brackets, the metal shelf brackets like you can use in your garage. Track is Micro Engineering Code 83, and the turnouts are fast track turnouts. So yes, I built all my turnouts this time, number 4s. If you've never hand laid track before, I would recommend doing fast track turnouts. I have been very pleased with them. As far as conducting power and electricity, there's just no comparison. Locomotives do not stall, they do not hesitate, the headlights do not flicker. As far as smoothness, there's very little bump as the freight cars and locomotives roll over the frogs. So I've been extremely happy with them. So now with that, let's go ahead and take a tour of the new layout. Okay, I'm freehanding this right now, so please excuse the cameramanship. This is Humboldt Yard. I am taking a few modeling licenses with Humboldt. In the prototype photos at the engine and caboose tracks, there was no water tower. But my son and I, decided we wanted one just to show what the past was, that there used to be steam locomotives. And I'm sure at one time in Humboldt there probably was a water tower to serve the steam engines. We'll rust it up and dirty it up a lot more. So it looks like it's just been there and unused. A typical Fairbanks-Morse switch engine that saw service on the beer line. Hopefully Walters is going to release the current one in orange and black here before long, and I can give this one a mate. So Cabooses, my son's caboose, he has an earlier version. He used to run with the steam engine, but he likes it on there, so it's his caboose. You know how conductors are, they like their own cabooses. A little bit of a change from the prototype. The prototype had a brick building that used as his yard office. I just don't care for that building. And we had this kit built already. It's a Depots by John resin kit. So we're going to make it our yard office. We'll put it on a brick platform. The freight house that I had on my old layout, I wanted to incorporate it as well. And yes, it still says Ulitic on the ends for the station sign. So we will be getting rid of those. And just a shed for storage. On the end of the layout here will be the North Avenue Overpass, a scratch building project I hope to get to in the next couple of weeks as I get some other things wrapped up here. And it'll go across the end and almost kind of frame the layout as well. Over on the other end of the yard here is, as I saw from photographs, there were some homes and it looks like just businesses that kind of were around Humboldt Yard, so I'm trying to replicate the same. Down through here will be Humboldt Avenue, and just like on the prototype, the trains will have to cross Humboldt to get to the rest of the beer line. So here we have a bridge. It goes across a window. It is removable. That was per the requirement of my significant 3/4, which is my wife, because she is always in charge, of course, of the space in the house. But anyway, we got a window bridge here, and it'll get ballasted with some grass and weeds just to blend in. Over here we start getting into the downtown area. I still kept my tavern. We have a street here. I'm not sure if it's got a name yet. I got to look at my maps. Some businesses in the back. This will be a tavern in the back here. This light tan with dark brown trim. That will be a tavern. Some other businesses. We'll have a street running across. You can see I mark X's to show that they're crossings. So at least we know to blow the train horn for those for now. These two boxcars are sitting where the Pabst grain elevator will be. And actually the elevator will be here on the aisle side of the layout. And will be open in the back. So I'm going to have some conveyors and such inside the elevator part. And the silos. Behind this will be the spent grain silos for Schlitz. And those will be about a full 150 scale feet tall. So the backdrop is 24 inches tall. So it will be, we will make those scale height. Over here, where these three cars are, will be the Schlitz elevator, where grain was delivered. And it too will be the full scale height. So far, these three structures, the Pabst elevator and the two structures for Schlitz, will be scratch built. Here, where these cars are, we have insulated box cars and we have regular box cars. The insulated box cars, of course, are for the beer. These are for, the two box cars are for bottles that are returned to Schlitz to be recycled, sterilized, recycled, and reused. This will be the Schlitz bottling plant. Obviously, I'm modeling a very small portion. I only have so much room. You can kind of see the lines where I've outlined the building. Now, it too will be open to the aisle. We'll have an interior, and actually I've had some people nice enough to show me photographs of the interior of the Schlitz bottling house, so I have an idea of how to build that. By the way, these orange cars are custom decals made by Jim Wilhite out of Pendleton, Indiana. My dad decaled these, kind of his little contribution. These are AccuRail kits. They were orange and brown, and I repainted the roof and ends black and of course weathered them. As we go down through here, we will get into downtown a little bit more, some various buildings. Some I'll leave the businesses as are, others I'll change. This one here I'm going to make into a jazz theater named after one of my friends. Other businesses, garage. There'll be a street cutting across here, and then we're going to get into Commerce Street. And some other miscellaneous businesses, a scrapyard. Got to have scrapyard and gas station. Here is Commerce Street, and these two cars are sitting where we'll have the Pabst Loading Center. The Pabst Loading Center will sit here, open to the back, where we are facing now. And again, we'll have an interior. I may have to kind of guess that a bit. But there'll eventually be more cars as I build my fleet of refrigerator cars and insulated box cars. Just a business to put on the backdrop here. The line's curving around. We go across the second window bridge. This also serves as another passing siding. As we get into Juneau Avenue. Commerce Street Power. Now the real Commerce Street Power did not receive coal hoppers. I took some modeling license and did that because I wanted to. Very simple. Here, these two boxcars are sitting where the Milwaukee Freight House will be. This will be a backdrop structure about 3 feet long, all the way to about where that turnout is. We have the team tracks for Juneau Avenue. Blatt's Beer was loaded out on these, as well as other businesses that did not have direct rail service. This back track leads to the Lincoln Warehouse. As you can see, again, I have it outlined. It will be open on the back here, and we'll have an interior as well. And that is the brief tour of the layout. As you can see, it's kind of a nice run, around 47 feet from end to end. Seems to run real well, and we're going to go ahead and give you a couple of run-bys. And so there you have it, folks. That's my new model railroad that I've started. If you hear a meow, that's our cat Daisy. She's in the room now and making her presence known. So as of now, my first project is to start working on Humboldt Yard, getting it scenic, getting all the buildings in. The track has all been painted and weathered. And I'm currently working on a couple of houses to fill spots in the neighborhood. And then do the North Avenue overpass and then start doing scenery. So until next month, I will see you then. Thank you very much for watching the very first Beer Line video blog update. Thank you.